jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Saying that you're the best, you gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world combat sports. Talking way too much, world combat sports. Talking way too much, world combat sports.
Yo, shout out to the hottest chatter in the MF game. A-side official. No negotiation needed, period. Let's get down. Let's get down to it. We want to do the presser reaction. Of course, we've been waiting for the fight card of all fight cards, supposedly. Always filled with controversy, but the ring via the zone is back at it once again. We have Shakur Stevenson, who is on the UC fighting William Cepeda. Now, this was a big dust up, just a little scuffle, verbal jousting, you know what I'm saying? Of disappointment for Shakur, who said, take me off the card. Because I believe they coming to see me and not Edgar Berlanga. So a fighter who he had grown up in the game with felt some type of way. He felt like Shakur was pretty much taking shots at him outside the ring, making it personal. And in reality, the word reality, just imagine that how many times that word has basically changed lives. The reality of it is that Shakur is right. Shakur has done way more when it comes to the achievements and accolades. And look, WCS has to peel back and get to the inner lining of why Shakur Stevenson is absolutely proven that sometime in boxing in the modern era, popularity sometimes hits you first. You know what I'm saying? The popularity versus reality. The reality is Shakur has more accolades, but the understanding is Edgar Berlanga has a larger following and fan base, and he is the headliner. But I just can't wait to get to this because, I'm going to be honest with you. I told you before, I don't know why Shakur is so mad all the time, Shawty. Every time you turn around, man, this dude is mad. You can't go in there with El Chin Checker mad like that. You have to go in there with some type of poise. You have to be composed. You're a 3-weight world champion. And every time, I mean, it can be in between his fights. He in it with Mercado. Then Dean the Great stop him. And he up there trying to explain to Dean the fucking Great, y'all. Hey, man, who are you? What have you sold out? You don't have to talk that shit to him. You leave niggas like that behind there, Shakur. Shakur needs some PR training, period. But shout out to everyone that's in the building and those who on your way. Appreciate y'all support as always. One love to you. Salute, palms down. Let's get down to this audio right quick before we get to the thumbnail.
Ahorita en nuestro campamento estamos haciendo varios planes. Si no nos funciona el plan A, vamos a usar el plan B o el plan C. Somos muy conscientes y realistas de sí la calidad que tiene Shakur, pero yo también tengo calidad, soy un boxeador inteligente. Muchos peleadores a los que les he ganado me han caracterizado por ser nada más un tiragolpes, pero ya cuando me tienen al frente se dan cuenta que no es en realidad así, sino que también sé usar mi boxeo y sé que Shakur al momento de tenerme enfrente va a sentir también mi agresividad y que también me sé mover.
If you've been injured in a car accident, don't call an attorney. Use this AI.
That Shakur's a great fighter. We know the opposition we have in front of us, but we're training for that. We're training. We have a plan A, plan B. A lot of fighters that I fought always think that I'm just a guy that comes and throws punches until they're in the ring with me. Shakur can say he's going to stand and fight with me, but he's going to have to go back to his plan and box at some time too. So we're preparing for everything.
Thank you, William. Shakur, a lot of words been said so far. The plea is stand and fight.
I heard that a couple of times. It sounds like that's what they want me to do. So the thing is, I'm coming in there to put on a performance. I'm not focused on doing one thing. I'm not focused on standing there fighting. I'm not focused on boxing. I'm coming in there to put on the best performance of my career. And July 12th, Zepito's going to remember my name.
With this matchup, I asked him the same question, so I'll ask you. How do you expect him to fight? He's very aggressive. He's a puncher. He's going to throw a lot of output, we all assume, but how do you expect this to go?
I mean, he can't do nothing different. He could sit here and act like, oh, I got a plan B, plan C, plan D, blah, blah, blah. He can't do nothing different. There's one thing that he's coming to do. He's coming in there to throw as many punches as possible, overwhelm me, make me tired, and, try to bully me. And I'm not going to let that happen. So I don't believe that bullshit he's talking about.
Now, when you get in that ring, I think a lot of people expect a lot from you, especially in this matchup. Vegas Lines would also agree with me. How do you go out and perform? I've even heard you talking about maybe putting it on him a little differently than you have in the last couple of fights. We saw the Josh Badley fight. We saw what you did there. Am I looking at a different Shakur Stevenson this time around?
Here's the thing, and I want Jacob Panda, his coach, that translated for him. I want him to know that and tell him that too. I'm going to train my ASS off. I'm going to put.
You can say it.
I'm going to train my ass off, and I'm going to put in.
He's going to train his ass off. We already know that. We already know. I mean, why do fighters put that out there? Like, we already know you're going to train the best of your ability. This is going to be one of the best training camps ever. I mean, we've always known Shakur to train and be in the gym. That's what we already knew, Shakur. We knew that already.
A lot of work, and come July 12th, he will have the best version of Shakur Stevenson. He will see something different than he ever saw before.
When that fight does happen, the talks of overlooking, it feels like when I get on Twitter, you're beefing with this moment.
That's just.
Okay, Turkey Al-Sheikh. I don't know if he was sitting at the crib just off set, but Turkey Al-Sheikh calls in. I mean, he can do what he want, man. Turkey Al-Sheikh is really the ringmaster of all ringmasters, man. Turkey Al-Sheikh can be watching the TV and knows who's talking or whatever is going on. In any given second, he would just call in and interrupt the presser to have a remote conversation just to let people know what we already know. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we already know the shit he was talking about, but let's listen to the ringmaster.
I'm so sorry to interrupt you, Shakur. I have to interrupt you, though, because this is His Excellency calling me. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I got to answer this. Hello, is that?
Hello, everyone. It is a pleasure, Golden Boy, Mr. Gomez. This card is very important for boxing. You can see this card for the ring number 3. It's no one can accept and protect the result of the card. This is important card in historical place for the first time in boxing ever in the tennis arena. This card have a brilliant fighters. The result of this card will affect our next card. The eye of Shakur is in tank. The eye of Zabida in big fights in Mexico. The eye of the result of Berlanga and Shiraz is in Canelo. This is big cards. This is important card. This will affect boxing. And now, in front of everyone, we are ready. We are ready to do big fights. We have a big card in August. We have a big cards in October. I am talking with Matchroom, with Eddie Hearn to do Boots and to Malivu. We are discussing. I am talking with Match, ready to do big fights, boxing. And now, in front of everyone, we are ready. We are ready to do big fights. We have a big cards in August. We have a big cards in October. I am talking. We are ready to do big fights. We have a big cards in August. We have a big cards in October. I am talking with Matchroom to do big fights. We have a big cards in August. We have a big cards in October. I am talking with Matchroom, with Eddie Hearn to do Boots and to Malivu. We are discussing now for big fights for Garcia and Haney. And let's go back to this card. This card is very important to me. Shakur, Zubaydah, Shiraz, Berlanga. The result of this card will affect the future. This is important card and historical card for the boxing. Shakur, one of the greatest fighter bound now in the world. Shiraz is the ambassador, and Shakur, both of them is the ambassador of Riyadh season. Shiraz looking to have a big performance in America and watching the result of Crawford and Canelo. Berlanga want to put very big statement in the first card with us. Zubaydah have a lot of options. We have the Latinos night. We have a big fight preparing now in Mexico. This is important card. This is important card. And the last request for Mr. Firzachi, this build, we change it. We now want the new version, please. Try to have the new version from the factory in England. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you to my partner, Mr. Eddie Hearn. Thank you so much.
There he is, folks. His Excellency. He does have my number as well, so that's pretty cool. Shakur, back to you. This moment for you is, you hear everybody talking about it, comparing you to the greats of all time. When you hear that, how does that make you feel?
It's cool, but I don't get too caught up in it. I'm not trying to get caught up into like a trap to where it's like I'm thinking so highly of myself that I'm not going to put in the work for the fight. I'm also know that I'm not sleeping on Williams a bit. I understand that this is a fighter in front of me that been waiting on this opportunity his whole life. I knew Zepeda back when I was like 16, 15 years old, and he was focused then, and I understand right now this is his moment too. So at the end of the day, I got to go lock in, and I got to step on him. Man. That's what I'm coming to do.
William, you heard that. He said he's going to step on you. What's your response?
So with Shakur, right? It's difficult to kind of predict what Turki Al-Sheikh has in store. Like, I heard him mention Shiraz, Canelo. I heard him mention Ennis. You know what I'm saying? TEO. But more so, we have a fight coming up with Edgar Berlanga and Hamzat Shiraz that the winner may potentially fight Canelo. But I didn't get that feeling that Edgar Berlanga will be the one, if he wins, to fight Canelo in a rematch. it's hard to try to put a finger or try to, get the GPS coordinates on how this fight is going to play out when it comes to Turki Al-Sheikh. He is the ultimate ringmaster right now. And it's difficult to kind of see how these fights are going to play out, because it seems like there's a pre-planned set of orders to some of these fights. It's highly possible for Shakur Stevenson and William Cepeda the end and the stoppage. It's highly possible, man. You never know. But Shakur said he's gonna step on William. Okay. I don't doubt he's gonna try. He says he's gonna step on him. But the press conference was a little bit wild to me. Not intensively wild, but with just this whole layout, the way this presser is, just the whole layout with Turki calling, is this what he's gonna do, while he's hosting these pressers? I'm not saying he can't. He's putting the money up, right? You know what I'm saying? He's putting the money up. I mean, you really can't go against it. Look, it's like decorum. Like, the man's putting up the money, but most of the time we never have anybody, because we can't call Turki Al-Sheikh a promoter. We can't call him an advisor or manager. So I guess he can call in whatever if he's the one that's funding and he's the face of this. But I just don't see why the actual, arbiter who's behind the mic couldn't have let us know everything that Turki Al-Sheikh was letting us know. That's just my opinion.
William, you heard that. He said he's going to step on you.
At the end of the day, I got to go lock in, and I got to step on him. That's what I'm coming to do.
William, you heard that. He said he's going to step on you. What's your response?
Bueno, pues yo estoy muy concentrado en lo mío. Siempre me he caracterizado por ser un peleador que habla arriba del ring. Esta pelea no es la excepción. Sé que es la pelea de mi vida, la que va a despuntar mi carrera. Yo quiero pasar a la historia en el boxeo mexicano, en el boxeo mundial, y el tener esta pelea contra un gran peleador como Luis Shakur es la que me va a despuntar, y estoy seguro que va a ser una pelea que va a pasar a la historia como la de Madrid Taylor contra Chávez.
I've always been a fighter that's been known to be very disciplined, very focused. This is not the exception. This is the biggest fight of my life, the greatest opportunity that I have. I want to be known as a Mexican legend, not only a Mexican legend, but a legend in the sport of boxing. I look at this fight like a movie, almost like the Mildred Taylor versus Chavez, and I just want that type of fight. I just want to give the fans, what they want.
Not that way?
Hey, Panda, tell him to start speaking English, man. I know he know more English right now, man. You've been around.
Que hables más inglés, cabrón, que tú sabes hablar inglés, dice.
Tell him to talk some English. I know he know English, man.
3 signs your car accident is worth major compensation.
We'll save it for another time. Last one for you, Shakur. You heard His Excellency on the phone there say, listen, a win here, and he wants to set up the tank fight. I know you're not overlooking William Cepeda, but that's got to be in your mind.
Nah, it can't be. It can't be. Right now, all that's in my mind is July 12th. Of course, I want the tank fight. I've been saying it for years now, but truthfully, if I don't get past Cepeda, there is no tank fight. So Cepeda is first, and I'm coming to stand up.
I respect that. Shakur really didn't show it any attention. I respect that, Shouty. That was a mature response. I respect that. He said, I got to focus on Cepeda. Why are they asking about he has a tough opposition in front of him, and yes, Tank is out there looming. He has a fight coming up in August 16th. So, man, great response to that.
Absolutely. Now let's move to our last billing on the night, the second of our 2 main events. Under the bright lights, July 12th. Hamza, I'll start with you. You're making your debut at super middleweight. Before we get there, though, I want to know what you learned in the Adames fight that prepares you for this moment.
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank the Almighty Allah. I'd like to thank my team for getting me here. I'd like to thank His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh for giving me the opportunity again. I learned a lot of things. But listen, it's all well and good talking about that. That's the past. That's the past. Listen, we're in New York now. We're here. Everything's about the future. Over here, listen, no dream is big enough. You know what I mean? No dream is big enough. So it's all about the future. It's all about July the 12th, and I'm ready.
When you look across the table there's already been some personal shots thrown between you and Edgar Berlanga. What's the message to him?
Listen, I'm coming.
Is it just me? Is Hamza Sharad look like a bigger Amir Khan back in the day? I mean, he reminded me of Amir Khan so much, man. Just a bigger, taller version.
I'm coming for everything. I feel like this fight, I think for the first time in my career, I'm kind of being underestimated. And I get it because in boxing, you're only as good as your last performance. But I'm telling you lot now, July the 12th, when I get the win, the Hamza Shiraz hype train is going to be back on again. And it's going to come in. We're coming with everything.
You're going into Edgar's backyard. He's even called you soft.
Yep.
So like you said, there's a lot of things going in his favor here.
Yeah, listen. If I was soft, I wouldn't be going into a fight like this at 168 at a new weight. So I think that ends that there. And July the 12th, we'll see what I'm all about.
Both camps have said this fight's probably not going past 6 rounds. Am I safe to say you're predicting a knockout here?
I've learned a lot from my last fight. So like we were talking about, and not just in the fight in the ring, but outside of the ring as well. So if it goes 12 rounds, it goes 12 rounds, but it'll definitely be explosive for sure.
Edgar, like I said, there's been a lot said already. Let me just give you this opportunity to talk to your people here in New York before we get started.
First and foremost, I want to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for this opportunity. I want to thank the ring, His Excellency, my team, Keith Conley, Edgar Berlanga, Marco Wright.
I got to stop this, shot. Hey, if Edgar is not dressing the part, man, Edgar looked like he's been a superstar in the movie scene. Man, we're talking about multi-goddamn Oscars and Grammys. Edgar is up there looking like, man, he's the greatest to ever do it. If it's ever a time when you can frame a boxer to look like the part, I'm talking about Edgar looks the part. Dude is clean cut, shades on, dripping. Man, you know, they say, hey, first of all, you want to say anything, you know, to you. I'm like, one thing about Edgar, man, this dude looks exactly like you're supposed to look if you're claiming, let's just say you are, okay? If you are the guy on the card selling the fight, Edgar definitely dressed the part, looks the part. He looks like he's the superstar. I haven't watched this whole video, so I want the shock and awe value to be what it is when first time I see it. But I did see some people in the chat saying certain things about what Edgar said.
You already know what time it is, man. I'm knocking this motherfucker out. You know,
just like that.
Listen, we in New York. This is my backyard. You know what I'm saying? His manager, that's his manager over there that was talking to you? Yeah, that nigga's tripping. He bugging out. How?
Hey, I'm telling you, Edgar mouthpiece, man. Hey, it's certain things I don't like that Edgar does, like riding this damn second place train for Canelo. But man, Edgar mouthpiece, man. That dude just be talking his shit, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like he's dressed the part, he talks the part. I believe he has a tall task in there besides the actual aesthetics of Shiraz to get through on fight night.
He's saying that Shiraz gonna knock me out, and not even his own fighter believe that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, we here. You know, he said we overlooking him. I don't overlook no fighter. You know what I'm saying? You see what happens.
Listen, you're already talking about the Canelo fight, bro.
Shut up.
You're already talking about.
Listen, listen. You gotta give your last fight, bro. You gotta give your last fight. You know that. You lost that shit. Even your trainer knew that you lost the fight, bro.
Listen, we're not talking about the
part. Your trainer even knew you lost the fight, bro. Your trainer even knew you lost the fight. And now you picked up Andy Lee, which I knocked his fight out. We went to broke his face, broke everything in his fucking his face, broke every bone in his face. He hired Andy Lee. I will fuck you up and Andy Lee the same night. You heard?
Hey man, do I believe everything Edgar saying? Hell no. But is it good energy? Hell yeah, it's good energy. I like this Edgar energy, man. I thought he shit the bed when he freaking fought, you know, Quigley and try to remove the man's clavicle via oral extraction. He got frustrated and bit down. I just totally didn't like being an Edgar fan. Him going on the victory tour off the Canelo, okay, what it is. Then he comes over here, he fights a guy who's been sitting down 10, right? They did a bid, gave his boy a paycheck. Okay. You know, ethically, I can respect the shit, but come on, when it comes to boxing, it did nothing for your career. You took him out in the first round. Now you got a hard test in front of you. But I like how Edgar's talking his shit, man. I like the cadence. I like his energy. I like the response time. Immediate. I'll fuck you and your boy up on the same night. Nobody in that room believe that except Edgar, dog.
And look, fuck, face broke everything in his fucking his face, broke every bone in his face.
You did knock him out,
Andy Lee. I will fuck you up and Andy Lee the same night. You heard? And look, Shiraz, you 4 times. Yeah, we dropped him 4 times. That's worse. So now what? The fuck out of here. You crazy. Look. We're gonna put you in a fucking pack, yo. We're gonna sell the Andy Lee pack.
While Edgar puts him in a pack, I'll apologize for the language. Sorry about that. Keep going, Edgar.
Man,
I gotta do my job.
Fuck that, yo. We in New York, man. This is New York. This is my shit.
I hear you.
I was telling Shiraz this is my shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool. He from London. He coming over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm a superstar, bro. You know what I'm saying? You in the Lions Den. You heard what my man said. We in the Lions Den, man.
Huh? What was that you just said? I know I speak English. Es habla English. I know I speak English, but what did you say? You said what? Did you put super attached to star? I don't know if that's quite the case right now. When did somebody certify, stamp, notarize Edgar Berlanga as being a superstar? They say if you don't believe in yourself, then who's going to believe in you? You should have self-belief before anything else. I guess Edgar has self-belief, y'all.
I don't overlook no fighter, bro. I'm at that elite level already, so I don't overlook no fight. I'm not going in there sleeping on this guy. You know what I'm saying? You see what happened to Munguia? You know what I'm saying? Munguia slept on this guy, got knocked the fuck out. So we're not doing that. You feel me? We're going in there 100% focused, and we're looking to hurt him. You know what I'm saying? I want to break every bone in this nigga's face, and I want to do what I do best. Win.
I mean, it's just pure confidence coming out of you right now.
Put on the show. You know, this is entertainment at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we warriors, we gladiators, but this shit is about entertainment. You know what it is. You know, every fight, man, like you got to turn it up. You know what I'm saying? This is all eyes on us now.
That confidence, are you drawing that from what you've seen from Hamza Shiraz? Just you as a fighter? Where's it coming from?
I always been like that. Yeah. You seen in the Canelo fight, 12 rounds, toe to toe with him, arm fucked up, still went out there, did what I did. I violated. I was talking shit to Canelo in his face, literally in his face, telling him to suck a, you know.
Apologize for the language again there.
No, I'm serious.
No, I'm 100%.
In front of Jesus, I was telling that in the ring, calling him a bitch. I'm like that. I know I'm like that. At the highest level, 20,000 people, I'm like that. You know what I'm saying? So him coming in my backyard is a big problem.
Hamza, what do you make of all that talk? I mean, again, it's a lot of personal, a lot of you're soft or this.
You know I'm like that.
In the UK, we call him a sausage, and that's exactly what it is.
That's super Mookie.
Any response to being called a sausage, Edgar?
How to kill all mosquitoes in the air.
And he's a dick eater. That's what we call in New York.
I shouldn't have asked. Should not have asked.
He got everything handed to him in a silver spoon. Everything he got, he handed to him. You know what I'm saying? We taking that. I came from the dirt, bro. I came from the trenches.
No one's asking you. No boxing. Listen, July the 12th, me and you're going to be in that ring. Doesn't matter where we come from, bro. Doesn't matter where we come from.
You got a silver spoon in your hand, nigga. You crazy? You got a silver spoon in your hand.
When you look at how...
You should go to acting, bro.
When you look at how Hamza fights, what are the holes that you do see that you're predicting a knockout?
He's basic, bro. He's a basic fighter. I've seen the best out there, bro. I've been boxing since I was 6 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still a sponge. But at the end of the day, I got over 20-some years boxing. You know what I'm saying? So what he's going to bring, I already seen that shit. His height don't mean nothing. All that shit don't mean nothing. Now he got Andy Lee in his corner. It's even worse. Because you see what I did to his last fighter.
I don't know if you want to fight Hamza or Andy Lee at this point.
Yo, Andy, man, you fucked up again, bro. Yo, I love my Irish people, yo. I love my Irish people, man. But Andy, you fucked up.
I'm going to ask both of you guys this. I'll start with you, Hamza. You heard His Excellency talk about a Canelo fight potentially looming. Obviously, Canelo's got work to do, and so do you guys.
He's selling him a dream, bro.
But that challenge, it seems, what would that mean to you?
Like I said, I ain't going to talk about that. I need to smash this guy's face in, and then we can talk about that then.
I'm smashing.
I respect that from Shiraz. You know, he want to focus on, you know, the fight at hand because, you know, we're talking about sausages and dick eating. I mean, come on. That conversation only happened on that stage, man. That's New York. That seems to be a common term. You know, not sucking your girl's nipple. You know what I'm saying? I mean, goddamn, do they even put women into a damn trash talking dialogue anymore? Is it just a goddamn man on man sausage? Oh, that's what we call him in the UK, sausage. You should have kept that shit in the bond at home. You should have just kept that a secret. Ain't nobody trying to. Hey, you a sausage. You a sausage. Yeah. You're talking rubbish. Bullocks. That's a sausage. You're a sausage. Man, that shit don't hit right. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you hear it go bang for bang with a sausage in your hand, bang for bang with a sausage in your hand, bang for bang. I mean, come on, bro. Edgar talking his shit though. Edgar's talking this shit. He's talking like he really means what he's saying, that he's a superstar and all that. I like the energy. I'm just saying like this. If you tell Edgar he ain't black, dropping the nigga, you know, the way he said Edgar gets away with it, you know, because he talking this New York slang, you know what I'm saying? But y'all don't get on the black fighters when they come over here and do that shit. When Edgar's just dropping the nigga like it's cool. Don't get on the black fighters when they be talking that shit, you know, and talking about, oh, that's just, oh my God, come on. What about some professionalism over here? I'm gonna go back to Edgar. Were you saying professionalism when Edgar's just dropping the N-bomb all the time, you know? But he talking his New York snake, his slang, you know. Let's get back to it.
Shit.
Edgar, you've been in there with Canelo. Obviously, the goal is to get back to the top.
See, they keep on bringing up Canelo. That's disrespectful because this is a tough fight. This is a tough fight both ways, man.
Top of the division with a win here, it seems like you would secure that. Would you welcome another fight with Canelo? Of
course, we want that rematch. The reason why I started talking about a rematch was really because the Mexicans is asking for it, bro. Like, I'm in Tampa. There's a whole bunch of Mexicans in Plant City. They're asking for the rematch. His own people's asking for the rematch. So if the people's asking for it, you know what I'm saying? Let's get it. I think it was a big fight. I know that, you know, New York was shut down completely. There was block parties. Every bar in New York was shut down. You know what I'm saying? Puerto Rico was shut down. So that's a good, you know what I'm saying? I gave him 12 rounds. Hard. We went in there and with the least amount of experience. You know what I'm saying? I went in there. All the fighters he fought had way more experience than me. Billy Joe Sanders, Floyd Mayweather, all these guys, you know what I'm saying? And I went in there with no experience. But I know I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? I know what I got. I got the charisma. I got that starting power.
Oh, hold up, man. How many fights has it been since Edgar Berlanga? Now, Berlanga, you know I gotta damn check you on some shit, bro. Respectfully, homeboy. You just said you've been fighting for over 20 years, right? So how are you going to go in there with Canelo with no experience? Now, you may have had zero experience as far as the elitism of stepping in there facing off at Gracie Square with Canelo Alvarez, but you just said to Shiraz that you done seen everything. You say you've seen everything. 20 down. 20 with the experience. You've seen everything. But you said, I went in there with Canelo. Canelo was just 2 fights ago. So how all of a sudden you saying, you know, you didn't have the experience, you know, when you went in there and fought Canelo? See, I'll be paying attention to that shit you know, you talking about. For real, Edgar. You know, I like how you talking your shit, boy, bro. But you up here trying to convince the people that you didn't have, you know, little to no experience facing Canelo, and you just fought him September 2024 last year. So you trying to tell me you gained experience off Jonathan Ortiz, who you stopped in the first round? Man, get the fuck out of here.
I look good and I fight good.
Obviously, your people coming out. What I want to do now is get some final predictions from all of our fighters on stage before we face you guys off. We'll start with you, William. Massive moment for you. WBC lightweight championship.
Predicted a 10th round knockout.
You heard it there, 10th round knockout. WBC lightweight championship on the line. How do you go in on July 12th and get it done?
Tu predicción en esta pelea es la pelea de campeonato mundial del Consejo Mundial de Boxeo. ¿Cómo entras tú a ganarle a Shakur Stevenson esa noche?
At this point, I'm not going to hold you. Cepeda, it would have been great if you just speak English on your way out. The press is over. Just speak English, man. Talk your shit to Shakur. Let us hear, let the Americans hear some of our favorite choice words in this moment of competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? Fuck you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You can say that, William. You can say it. I mean, come on, man. I'm gonna fuck you up. You can say it, William. You don't have to speak Espanol all the way out the door. Respect to you as a Mexican fighter. But goddamn, you could have cussed them out in Spanish, bro.
No, tengo que usar todas mis herramientas. Lo sigo diciendo, lo sabemos mi equipo, sé yo. Lo tengo muy en mente que tiene muchas cualidades Shakur, pero yo tengo que explotar mis herramientas no al 100, sino al millón tengo herramientas importantes que son las que me van a sacar adelante. No puedo dejar en duda esta victoria. No puedo decir un round y no quiero dejarle la decisión a los jueces. Yo sé que vengo a Nueva York a triunfar.
I know that I have to prepare 1,000,000% for this fight. This is my biggest fight of my career, the biggest fight of my life. You know, like I've told my team, I can't leave this in the judges' hands. I got to come out here and give everything that I have that's within my heart and try to stop this fight.
Shakur, before I ask for your prediction, I want to know, is the hand okay? We're good?
Yeah, the hand good.
Hand's good?
Not worry about the hands, man.
Okay, so prediction time.
Prediction, I'm gonna go out there and do what I do best, win, but in spectacular fashion. So I ain't gonna give you a prediction on stoppage. I'm coming out there to whoop his ass.
Point blank. Hamza, I'll ask the same question to you, but we're gonna start with the hand. Hands are okay. Everything's good. Healed up.
Yeah, everything's all on point. Everything's all on point.
I hope so.
And in terms of my prediction for the fight, I go out there for a few jabs, land the right hand straight on his chin and knock him the fuck out.
Fuck out of here, man.
Hamza said he gonna put out a little change in his pocket, throw it at him. You know what I'm saying? He gonna throw the jab, hit him with the change in his pocket, and then cash him out. That's pretty much what Hamza said. I'm gonna throw some change in his face, pop, 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 pop. Then I'm gonna line him up. Game over. Shiraz got straight down to the point. We don't get paid for overtime. I'm out.
You like that energy, Edgar, huh?
He's smoking a pipe.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't know what the reference is. Your prediction for this fight, main event, your backyard, this moment.
He fuck around be the 18th, first round knockout.
First round.
First round. He come to fight. If he come to fight and don't run like a bitch, because he got Andy Lee training him, so I already know what type of time Andy Lee's on. He gonna be on that boxing shit. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be running around the ring like a ballerina. If he comes to fight the first round, I'm knocking him out. Bad, like super bad. I'm knocking him out.
Do you think he stands in the middle with you and fights, as you say, in the first round, or do you think he boxes with you?
I don't know. Let's see. I talked a lot of shit. So,
bro, how you talking about boxing when you ran 12 rounds from Canelo?
Through Rula, it's
That's
easy.
what I'm talking about, Hamza. Reload. I'm reloaded. Talk your shit, man.
Shut the fuck up.
Canelo.
A lot of shit. So,
bro, how you talking about boxing when you ran 12 rounds from Canelo?
Shut the fuck up.
Bro,
Hey, he stuck him. Shiraz stuck him. You know what I'm saying? Edgar could not have immediate, he didn't do a catch and shoot on that like all the other comments. He wasn't able to do a catch and shoot, y'all. I like the Southern trash talk. I like how Edgar kind of carried the evening with the trash talking. And Shiraz came back too. But he said you ran all night from Canelo.
You know you had to
about boxing when you ran 12 rounds from Canelo.
Shut the fuck up.
Bro,
you gotta give your last fight. You know you had to give, bro. Your trainer, that's why you fire your trainer. That's why you fire your trainer. You know why you fire your trainer? Because as soon as you lost, your trainer said, as soon as you won, or the draw, the trainer said, he already knew you got your ass whipped, bro. You was in Saudi, you got your ass whipped in your hometown. That's embarrassing, bro. You think you're gonna come to my shit over here? This is my shit. You think you're gonna come over here and fuck with me? You crazy? You're gonna have to kill me, bro.
And
you're gonna have to kill me. You and Andy Lee gonna have to jump in the ring, nigga. You crazy?
I think we'll leave it there. I think the best words have been said so far. So thank you all for coming out to our press conference. Remember, guys.
He said him and Andy's gonna have to jump in the ring.
July 12th, historic card from Louis Armstrong Stadium. Yeah, go ahead. Give it up. Give it up one time. Thank you.
Y'all can talk shit too. Y'all can talk shit. TS is in the building. Terror Squad, Fat Joe. You know what I'm saying? They in the building. Shout out to Pistol Pete. Shout out to my team, man. You know what I'm saying? The family.
Shout out to everybody. Yeah. Once again, folks, do not miss out on this card. We have a stacked double main event, of course, but our undercard is also stacked. Thank you to His Excellency, to the Ring Magazine. We're going to get these guys faced off.
I mean, I wasn't hanging around for the face-off. I just wanted to give y'all my Southern reaction. I like how the back and forth crossfire was going. That's what we need. I mean, right now, besides Edgar Berlanga, like the people that really did it best, Charlo brothers used to talk that shiznick back in the day, but we saw even more Charlo was a little bit different. In the recent press conference that he I mean, the energy that Edgar was given, and that shit was on point. It ignited the spark that we needed to pay attention to this fight. I don't, Shakur, I'm gonna be honest with you, big dog. I don't think you could have sold the main event talking your shit like Edgar. Edgar talked this shit. Edgar says nigga like he really means it. Like for real. Edgar used nigga like it's and duh in a goddamn argument. The shit he said, it's gonna take you and Andy to come in there and beat me, nigga. I mean, I'm that guy, nigga. You know, I've been doing this over 20 years, but you know, the 20 years went out the window when Shiraz's best catch and shoot was you ran against Canelo. Give it up. Hamzat came back with the shit. Butter sauce. For real. He came back with that sauce, man. Like my guy Sean News would say, and dude, he came back with a sauce. He made Edgar think about what he had to say next. I like that. He said, you ran for 12 rounds against Canelo. That's a lot of freaking that's a lot of commonality when people mention fighters that's been in there with Canelo recently. They always talk about how fighters running. So I like the back and forth, man. I like it being the main event. Shakur probably don't see it like that, but these fighters need to know how to talk their shit like Edgar so they can be interesting. You know, I mean, saying that you're going to step on William Cepeda, it's just not convincible. You need to come in there and pick up your energy. You don't have to be like Edgar. I'm just saying when Edgar talk his shit, it seems like he really means it. Just like Tony Harrison and Jermell Charlo, classic shit talk. I don't have to go too far back from that. But when they was talking shit to each other, you actually thought both of them mean it. When Tony Harrison was calling Mel Charlo a cornball, he said, I know a lot of rich niggas that are cornballs, and you one of them. And then, you know, you actually thought when he said, you stand up. I dare you stand up. You actually felt like Tony Harrison was going to put hands on Charlo if he stood up. You actually believed it. You know, every time he told him to shut the fuck up, you actually believed it. When Edgar was up there talking his shit, man. Hey, he said he's going to knock the man out in one round, bro. If he comes in there and try to fight the opening bell. He sold the motherfucking main event. I like pure, natural, organic trash talk. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like a mouthpiece in boxing when you at the presser to keep the shit going. Jaron Ennis, I have to bring you into the equation. I have to shuffle you into this deck, bro. Learn how to trash talk. Look at this presser. When Jaron Ennis breaks out and start trash talking, a lot of this shit is going to be over for a lot of fighters. Because if he keeps winning and Ennis learn how to really, truly trash talk instead of saying the same shit over and over and over again, it's going to be over. For real. It's going to be over. It's another fighter that knows how to trash talk, Jahad Tucker, but, you know, I don't like bringing up him trash talking because he got put on the shelf of one of the most classics line that you would ever hear a boxer on national TV tell a fighter. He told Xander come pick his mans up after he beat the brakes off of him. He says, Xander, come pick your fucking mans up into the camera. One of the most classic trash talking line, but it didn't sit well with a lot of people. I'm just saying, if you go in there and put in the work, you break a motherfucker up, and then you go to the camera and tell up and coming Xander's about to fight for a WBO title, and at the time he was wanting to get that shot at Xander, and Xander being the golden boy, Jahai ended up taking some consequences and repercussions on that. But that shit is classic. It holds heavy. It's one of my most classic lines. You know what I'm saying? Where a fighter is talking about Xander, come pick your mans up. Like, this is not even sparring. But man, shout out to Edgar Berlanga, bro. Edgar got that New York slang, that rhythm and flow, and the shit he was talking, you actually believe what he was talking about. Edgar say he's a superstar. In Edgar's mind, Outside of the ring, he is. For real. Edgar got the clout. Edgar's him outside the ring. I seen Edgar in person, him and his boy Pablo. I seen his people in NYC. Edgar's group roll heavy. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I never hung out with Edgar like that. But Edgar's not an asshole, man. Like, I use that term, you know, when I've had connection with certain fighters. Like Chris Colbert, I always consider him to be a pure adult asshole. Okay, attitude, behavior, mannerisms, everything, arrogance, pure asshole. Edgar's not an asshole, man. Edgar's cool people. Edgar's cool people. Seriously, he sold the main event. I liked it. You know, out to Hamza. Hamza showed it too. But, you know, that's not something I want any of you niggas over here in the U.S. to pick up. Dude, hey, you a sausage. Put the sausage. We got enough of that sausage shit over here, bro. You know, dick, a sausage still ain't gonna sound no different. It's bad. Put a sausage in your mouth, yeah? Yeah? Put it in there. Shove it up there. No bun. Slide it out the bun, yeah? Put it in your mouth, yeah? Put the sausage. No, man. We don't need none of that shit. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Blue Hustle in the building. I see you, man. Arnold Brown on deck. What's good, man? Jay in the building. Salute to you. Wild Dog Captain Chaos on deck, man. What's good with it? Okay. Hey, the hottest chat in the game. I gotta watch the face off, man. I got to. Last time I shut down the motherfucker too early, they say, "Hey, man, you cut it off at the realest part, dog. What you doing, old ass nigga, man? What goddamn." Let me get to the face off
really quick. Get them right here. Get your cameras ready. But that is our press conference. I'm Wade Clemens. We'll see you guys next time.
Let me see. I don't want to hear all these cats talking. Let me see.
Look at him holding his change right now. But this man.
Okay. The same shit Jay Morant do, but he get fined. He's goddamn squeezing off on him, bro. Okay. All right. Right. Okay. Chest to chest. God damn it. Any slaps, pushes? You know, the last time a man came up in a suit against Canelo, you know, he got pushed all the way back 50 feet. Damn. Edgar got down shooting in point blank range, dog. Damn, now he go to the FA, man, the fully automatic. Shit. I don't know what that other shit doing. I think he curricular activities. Pumping a dude. What was the last part? What see, that's what loses me, nigga. Like, goddamn, what bro, what the fuck, bro? What is put the hand out like you fucking a nigga like Edgar, man? That's the second time you did it with Canelo and you did it with Hamza, man. What is this about, yo? Is that now cool? Let me see what's up here with William Cepeda and Shakur. Okay, tree sap dripping, paint drying. Okay, back and forth, no trash talking. Two people just talking and looking. No real actions. And no mannequin challenge in full effect. Okay, no pushing, shoving. You know, Shakur, that's why you ain't goddamn on the main event, man. You say something when he walks away. Come on, Shakur, you gotta say it when he right there in your face, bro. Blue. You got to talk to your boy Shakur, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got to talk to your boy Shakur. He needs some work. Juice Lee in the building. What's good? What's good, man? Salute to everybody on deck, man. All 800,000 of y'all that's paying attention. And those that's sitting back in the shadows, man, it's okay to come into the light. Let me get to my boy. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing that fight. But it's some of you niggas that need help with freaking PR work. Edgar is just really pushing the boundaries. You know, Jay Morant damn near getting fined and suspended for doing the exact same thing. And Edgar's just, he went from a semi-automatic pistol, you know what I'm saying, straight arming it, to pulling out the Draco, to some funky shit on goddamn motherfucking Molly and shit. He went from a pistol to a Draco to goddamn alcohol and Molly, ecstasy. I mean, come on, man. I never seen this shit before. See, Edgar, that's what gets a little fuzzy for me, man. You did the same shit with Canelo. What does that mean in Mexico, yo? You know, Espanol. Somebody's please explain it to me. No entiendes, amigo. For Teofimo Lopez, man, I talked about this previously, and I want you fighters to understand one thing, right? When it comes to Teofimo and what he has in store for him moving forward, I always told people when I was fucking with Teo that he is good with manipulation when it comes to the media. Was I wrong? I wasn't wrong. I was one of the ones who seen it long time ago when niggas were really fucking with Teo. Now, the Teo, after he went in there and beat Lomachenko, then people gradually start coming over here trying to rock with Teo, because that's when you had the fun Teo or whatever. But with that being in the past, bookmark it as you may, Teo's took it upon himself to use blacks as a target precedence for racial insensitivity. I would just say this, Teo. It's much deeper than what you're saying. I believe the WBO president, Gustavo, did a very marginal, subpar job in convincing the fight fans that he did everything in his power to issue a stern admonishment to Teofimo Lopez. A lot of us out here really didn't believe anything he was talking about because he was just doing the line for line producer notes, bulletized, you know what I'm saying, what I supposed to do during the introduction. More so like recall memory rehearsed notes. That's what I got from him. And look, this is multiple times Teo is shown with you know, to say, okay, fight over the banana. And then he told Africa to do what he's supposed to do, you know? And then he turned around and made another comment. You know, he made fun of eating a banana when Keyshawn was sent the package. How many times does a person have to continue to go over and do the same shit for something to be said? But for Gustavo to come over here and say, if he do it one more time, what is the one more time? If a person has already did it several times already, it should be an automatic freaking reprimand right there. It should be reprimand and consequences for that shit. Teo went on and did a live stream and tried to, once again, prove my point with manipulating the media. He said, yeah, y'all have went through struggles. Well, you know, it's a reason why you don't really put Honduras first. It's a reason why you're very sketchy on announcing them. When you was at the presser, you put Mexico, which you're not, in front of Honduras. Who does that? Most of the fighters I know and heard, they basically represent their country first, right? Unless you're in the UK. And they let you know, hey, this, I'm going to give a shout out to my people, so-and-so, this, that, and the other. But with Teo, he really doesn't show Honduras any type of common respect, regardless of the percentage of genealogy that you want to talk about. You know, you're still considered to be on record as being Honduran, right? I mean, you gotta pick up that piece of the pie. People are gonna say what they say, but don't act like Hondurans is above blacks. Don't try to place blacks beneath Hondurans. I've been over to Honduras. I've been over there. And I'm not here to talk about what you are trying to hide or whatever. But I just felt like what TEO has done is only going to influence other fighters to do the same thing. You might not see it right now, but just imagine if Ryan Garcia wouldn't be in such deep shit to repair his image, because they're gonna give Ryan Garcia the chariot in a little bit anyway. They're gonna give him the damn Snow White chariot with the 2 white horses on the front of it. Not too long from now, you're gonna see him getting some big fights. I don't find it to be punishment when a fighter does what these 2 fighters did, but they're rewarded to be on the same card and got paid pretty good money. For TEO, he's going through some shit right now, and him and his pops have committed themselves to say, yeah, we all in on this. Yeah, we all in. Fuck them. Now, there's been rumors out here, which is a dirty game, that there was something else that was going on with him and his ex that may have included a black man, allegedly. If that is indeed the case, that black man doesn't represent the entire race of black men across the globe. So if you're going to feel some type of way about blacks because you yourself found out that it's a dirty game when it comes to women in any situation you could be in, then how feeble-minded are you? That means you've had some psychological fractures for a long time. You had shit you was dealing with. You might have considered yourself to be black from the waist down, but yet your girl didn't think so. You understand me, TEO? Your girl might not have thought you was black from the waist down. I don't know if you was in major competition. You had self-esteem problems. But the reality of it, no one gave you permission to be talking shit about black people in the way that you do, and basically, in comparison to fruit, as if it's an 8, or we consider to be 8. There's no way that you can sit up there and say, well, socially, that makes sense to me. Y'all may not look at it that way because you're in denial, but yeah, it looks that way to me. No, it's just an insult that you feel that you can get away with because you're saying I'm going back to how it was back in the slavery days. And TEO is such a hypocrite because if you've been around him, right, he always giving you these quotes of black civil rights leaders. That's what TEO does. He'll give you these what he considers high energy performances by quoting Rosa Parks and other black leaders. But yet he hasn't been doing that lately. I mean, what happened to the union? That TEO? What happened? He used to say, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. What has happened? Are you on the religious skid row right now, bro? What has happened to you, man? One black man that invaded your personal space shouldn't basically take you off your square and cause you to be out here recklessly walking around life, angry and mad at everyone who looks like him. That's just not cool, man. That's just not cool. You can recover from that. But we be damned if you think you're going to recover off the strength of making fun of or believing that you can continue to insult and think it's funny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the way it's supposed to be, man. There's other options that you have to deal with this, starting with getting a therapist. You getting paid money, right? You should get a mother effing therapist, man. You should start, putting somebody in front of you that you can talk this shit out. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm telling you to do. There's easy options out here for you. It's shit that you can, resources you can get. But it seems like you're trying to join the boys. It seemed like whatever black card you believe you had in your back pocket, you want to hand that shit over to the boys and you want to say, can I join? Please. I want to be somewhere where I can conceal my identity, but yet still express my hatred, towards them M words. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to get away with it without them knowing my true identity. I want to play around a little bit. And I don't think in this boxing game, you really listen to what you're saying. So let's just pay attention to what TEO said. TEO has been angry with Top Rank and put it out there pompously that if they want the black fighters, they can have the black fighters, right? That's what TEO said. If Top Rank wants the black fighters, they can have them. TEO has been on record recently saying, let's be honest, boxing is a sport that pretty much has a majority of blacks, which is not true. Because anyone who has covered the amateur scene, it's a lot of Hispanic boxers on the amateur scene. It's a lot of Hispanic referees on the amateur scene. So you have more Hispanic fighters that's coming into the game on the amateur scene that's soon going to be professionals later on in life than I see blacks. That's straight off the strength of me being at these amateur tournaments. No one can tell me any different. Like I've seen it with my own eyes. So if you're saying that blacks, entertainment or boxing or whatever, what about the heavyweight division? Is there black champions at the heavyweight division? What about cruiserweight? Is blacks at the cruiserweight division, TO? What about light heavyweight? Is blacks running that too? We got 17 divisions, right? What about super middleweight? Are blacks running that in championship? What about middleweight? Is blacks running that as champions? Okay. What about 54? Is blacks running the champions over there? What about 47? Is blacks running the championship over there? Okay, we can give Brian Norman and Jerron Ennis. Okay, we can give Terrence Bud Crawford his respect for white gloving it. No doubt. What about 40 right now? Oh, we can get Gary Antoine Russell his credit. You know what I'm saying? But is it across the board in the 4 sanctioning bodies? What about 35? We can get Tank his credit. We can get Shakur and Keyshawn. But that's one division out of all this with 3/4 of the sanctioning bodies. At 135, you have black champions. At 135, out of 17 divisions. It doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any better with the percentages once you leave 135. What about 130? Where are all the black champions? I think we got one. We got a Shockey Foster, right? Who else? We're talking about multiple champions. What about 126? We got Stephen Fulton. Who else is up there? What about 122? This is where it gets very distorted. 118. Where are all the black champions at 118? What about Superfly? What about Fly? Junior Fly? So you can't say blacks is the one out here running the sport of boxing just because you have a problem that exists outside of the sport of boxing. And you're letting your personal disdain bleed over into your professional job. Usually you get punished for shit like that. You get paperwork. They call you into the front office. And being that the only front office in the sport of boxing is the promotion that you work with, we've seen that it's not really someone that can sternly hold you accountable for saying racist comments. Unless you're talking about the Jews. Unless you talk about the Muslims. And it hasn't been a long time since we had a Turki al-Sheikh. Turki al-Sheikh has just etched his freaking footprint in the sands of boxing last year when he had his first fight over here in August with Crawford. But besides that, we weren't really talking about anything Muslim related. But with Ryan Garcia, For him to say what he said about the niggers and goddamn Muslims, he comes back on the main card and they think, okay, you still pay him the money, but you don't allow him to win the championship. That's a punishment. No, let's back it up even more. You had Ryan Garcia who tested positive. You had Devin Haney on the same card too, as a champion who did everything he was supposed to do. I mean, could we say if Devin would have said, you know, F the Muslims like Ryan Garcia, do you think the punishment would have been somewhat equal, or there would have been more consequences? It would have been quite difficult, being that they're Muslim, they're Islam themselves, right? Then Teofimo Lopez, he's been trying to be controversial. We seen it coming, right? We seen TEO once Ryan Garcia had made a public appearance after the controversial drunken tirade. Who took a picture with him? Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez, at that point in time, he pretty much let the public know that he was standing with Ryan Garcia and what he said. They took a picture together. Yeah. Then he called himself going over there with Eddie Reynoso. If you remember, I screenshotted a tweet to Team Canelo. I said, Canelo, this is what y'all representing, having Teofimo in your camp. Spewing racial rhetoric. This is what you represent? Because I never known Canelo camp and Eddie Reynoso to tolerate this shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we're talking about, why would you have two fighters? Yeah, Ryan Garcia at the time, and then they picked up Teofimo Lopez, even to the point where Canelo made a dumbass move to say, Crawford, you need to fight Teofimo. Maybe Canelo had a little bit too much motherfucking to drink before he came out. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was celebrating with his people a little bit before he made that shit. But it finally came down to it. They wised up a little bit, cleared their conscience, and said, hey, you got to go. You're too much. You keep on making these racial comments, and we're not doing the alphabet soup over here, bro. You're not picking the N, the I, the GG, and the ER. And we're not talking about fruit over here that closely relates to primates, and you're trying to use a direct comparison to primates to blacks. No, we're not doing that. So understand, TEO is in a bad place right now because there's a lot of black fight fans who used to fuck with him, but that's not the case anymore. That's not the case. They're not fucking with him like that no more because he keep on showing us that I'm gonna do what I want to do regardless. And y'all gonna I'm gonna keep fucking with y'all so much that you're gonna start paying to see me freaking fight. That's what he think he's gonna do. He think he's gonna get to a point of a Floyd Mayweather where the Mexicans was paying to see Floyd fight because they wanted him to lose. That's different. That's different. TEO is trying to think that he's gonna be the most hated fighter in the game. And people are going to pay to see him lose. And that's when he's going to start making his money. I don't think so, bro. So Peter walked away from Shakur while Shakur was trying to say something. I know, but he waited too long though, Blue. He waited too long, bro. He had Cepeda right there and he wasn't saying shit now. Don't wait till y'all depart and start talking. No. Canelo, I mean, come on. Edgar Berlanga was just right there, man. He did his talking. Andrew Charles in the building. What's good? TEO's just dumb, I think. And that's not uncommon in boxing. You don't have to be an honor roll student to box. Facts. I agree with that. But at this point in time, you're not going to brandish your black card like he used to do so much, quoting civil rights activists, and act like you're something special and you respect the black people, but yet supposedly something happened in your personal life and now you want to use it as a stamp of approval to give you access to talk shit about us. And how you going to talk shit is to compare us to a primate with a single fruit. That means you're hurting inside. You know what I'm saying? This dude TEO is hurting inside. he's goddamn Mr. Bigsby. That's what TEO is. He's going through an identity crisis right now. He can't quite get it together. He want to put on all these acts, right? He want to put on all these acts, these gimmicky acts. He wanted to be Bret Michaels, and then before that, he wanted to represent the Lucha Libre. You know, TEO is telling us, hey, I'm gonna go through all these characters. I mean, TEO, if you really want to shock the world, stop basking in all these other characters that you're trying to do. I know you're trying to say, oh, it's entertainment, it's entertainment. Now just cut to the chase, big dog. Stop tiptoeing into it. Stop tiptoeing, dog. Just come out there in blackface. I dare you. Somebody tell TEO to stop tiptoeing and just come out in blackface if you really want to get our attention. Just go over the top. Stop tiptoeing. Let Gustavo, you know what I'm saying, test Gustavo's you know what I'm saying, is he willing to stand on the corners of his square as a freaking WBO president? Come on, just get straight down to the point. Stop just tiptoeing and throwing little sprinkles out there. Just get right to it. Out in blackface. That's all you have to do. Do the abracadabra there, TEO. Stop playing around with shit. Trying to say it's just for promotion. Then you let Crawford son you. Then turn around and you send your little female little chihuahuas out there to talk shit to men. What y'all trying to do is get a lawsuit? What kind of women is them? Like, if there would have been Crawford and his Omaha people and the females that's in his family going up there to do you like that, then you would have tried to talk about, oh man, that's thuggish right there. Who does that? Who send their women over here to address me? Who does that? But you're going to have females out of your fam go up there and talk shit to a boxer? That could have turned ugly. What is this about? We've seen you several times up there addressing black fighters, these females, these little chihuahuas that was out here addressing these fighters. What's wrong with them? They looking to get their ass beat? They trying to get a lawsuit? I mean, come on, it's sloppy as shit, bro. Yeah, Edgar with the handgun. Yeah, man. You know, I was cool with all that shit Edgar was doing to the end. For real. I mean, I was good with the semi, you know, or it had a switch on it. I mean, these youngins ain't playing. They got switches on their shit now. So that could have been two automatics. He could have got a switch and then he had a Draco in that shit. You know, I mean, hey, shit's different. But man, we definitely gonna chop it up another day, another time. You know, I just think TEO need to get it together with the bullshit that he's out here doing, man. You're showing people that you're trying to be accepted through bad behavior. We're not that easy, bro. We've seen your kind before. They try to think we're easy target. We've seen your kind. You continue to go out here and try to say, oh, I'm going to make them like me. I'm going to make them hate me so much that they're going to like showing me attention. No, man, it's not hitting the same, man. It's not hitting the same. And we're not trying to sit out here and damn encourage you to continue to, up the ante. All I'm saying is get down to it. Stop talking little shit. Just come out in blackface and let everybody know how you feel. Stop bullshitting around. Just let everybody know how you fucking feel, bro. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, man. We'll do it again. I'm out.